Hi guys, are you sure you're running the right fuel octane in your vehicle? In fact, there's a common misconception that a higher number means more horsepower. In fact, it could be the opposite. Not only that, but you could also be damaging your engine at the same time. I've got some important information coming right up. Okay guys, well as you can see we're having to come from my garage at the moment because I don't have an RV here to sit in and walk around, so I thought I'd bring you some other eye candy to look at. But first thing we need to understand about the fuel octane number is it's just a measurement of the fuel's resistance to self-ignition. The higher the octane number, the more compression and heat the fuel can withstand detonation. So let's take a quick look at the fire triangle to see what this means. Now I know most of you might be familiar with the fire triangle. Simply put, it represents the three elements that are needed in order to make fire. Fuel, in this case petroleum, oxygen, which of course is all around us and in most cases forced into a combustion engine under high pressure, and lastly ignition, typically in the case of a match or a lighter, but in this case a spark plug. Now the third element I just mentioned, ignition, can also come in the form of heat, because most combustible liquids have a self-ignition temperature, the temperature at which they no longer need a spark and will self-ignite. In the case of petroleum, that temperature is a little over 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Now a higher octane fuel prefers a higher compression and temperature to burn cleanly and efficiently. In most cases, a naturally aspirated engine, for example non-turbocharged, non-supercharged, will run perfectly well on 87 octane due to the fact that the vehicle engine runs cooler and lower compression. And of course there's a common misconception going around that if you put 93 octane in a vehicle that's designed to run on 87 octane, all of a sudden you're going to gain more horsepower and go faster. Now we know there's only one thing that makes a vehicle go faster, and that's go faster stripes. I'm joking, of course. Now, in that case, not only is it a waste of money to pay for the premium fuel, but you also run the risk that the fuel won't burn efficiently due to the fact that it has a higher resistance to temperature and compression. Now, conversely, if you have a turbocharged or supercharged car, or just a high compression vehicle like this one, that requires 93 octane minimum, and you go all cheap and put 87 octane in, then you're going to get the same lack of power and efficiency due to the fact that the fuel is now burning at a lower temperature and compression. And also now it's self-igniting before the spark plug is requiring it to, causing it to ping and knock and make a rattling sound. This is called pre-ignition. Parts of the fuel will sometimes self-ignite before top dead center, and now when the spark plug is activated and requires the fuel to ignite, there's less fuel available. Now most modern vehicles, even ones dating back maybe 20 years, are fitted with what's called a knock sensor. It's a kind of microphone that listens to the engine and it hears a pinging or a knocking sound long before the driver does. This in turn then tells the ECU, the brains of the vehicle, to retard the ignition timing in order to stop the knocking. Now this all sounds great that this sensor in the engine is doing all this for you, but it comes at a cost of efficiency, and more importantly, when you're towing a big travel trailer behind you or driving an RV that's heavy, it comes at a lack of power. Now the important thing to note here is a lot of people driving pickup trucks are already putting their vehicle under a lot of stress towing these huge travel trailers behind them. Sure, the salesman sold you a vehicle with 300 horsepower, but now you could be down to about maybe 275 due to the fact that you're using the wrong octane. And the worst part, you're completely unaware of this due to the fact that the knock sensor has now taken away any audible sound that would have given you a clue what was happening, making it even more important that you get the right octane in your vehicle. Of course, I'd like to think that now you're all armed with this newfound knowledge, you're all going to run out to your pickup trucks and your RVs tomorrow and find out what octane you should be using. Well, you need to know where to find that information. The best place to find it is in your owner's handbook. Just turn to the back, find the fuel section, and it will tell you where to look for it. And I'm running 87 in some of our RVs. So I hope that helps and clears a few things up. If so, please remember to give us a big thumbs up and subscribe for more RV know-how.